Good.
Welcome back, everybody. Joined by senior men's basketball forwards Pat Sabatino and Kenny Gann. A couple days before they host Ithaca College and Elmira College in a pair of Empire 8 games in Hoboken here on the Stevens campus. Guys, I know you're busy. Thanks for the time, and hope the preparations are going well. 1-1 this weekend. Lost on Friday to Fisher. Came right back and beat Naz on Saturday. Were you happy with the weekend, Pat?
I think it was a good weekend for us. Obviously not so good on Friday, but it was nice to come back and kind of clean some stuff up going into Saturday's game. Our coaches wanted to stress us to give 100% effort on defense, and we didn't really give an all-out effort at Fisher, but we had a lot of fire in our bellies for that to try and get that W on Saturday, and I think it showed.
3-2 in the conference on the season, so you're right in the mix at the top of those standings. Top four make the Empire postseason tournament. Kenny, as I mentioned earlier, Ithaca Friday, Elmira Saturday. It's always a grind. Conference games are always tough. What are two things that you can take from this past weekend's games on the road that you want to improve upon coming back home?
You know, especially at the Fisher game, we saw that we could play with them. We were up in the first half, and it's one of the better teams in the conference. So it really just shows that we got to string together 40 minutes, and if we can do that, we can play with anybody. So it's one thing to get the lead early, but then kind of build upon that and just actually play the complete game, put two halves together. That's one thing that the coach has been stressing is just, you know, don't go on little lulls in the middle of those bigger games, because we've been up on tough opponents before. So that would be one, and a second would just be to keep working on running our stuff. When we have the most success, it's when we are able to pound the ball inside, get past some easy looks. So it's, especially against smaller teams, when we have the size advantage, it's always good to focus on that.
And I don't mean to kind of go off tangent, but you know, I was watching the Fisher game, you know, both the webcast and the live stats, and it was funny to watch. They didn't get called for a defensive foul, I don't believe, in that whole first half. You can go back and forth, blame refs, you know, and whatnot, and that's not going to get you anywhere. How do you guys as leaders, I guess, keep the team plugging away in those areas of adversity?
Yeah, you know, that's one of the big things we stress to the younger guys is when we go up to Rochester to play those tough games on the road, you can't expect anything. You got to go in there, not looking for contact, go up like you're going to finish everything, and just, you know, not stress on that, because they're not going to help you out. And if you want to win on the road, you got to be able to make tough shots, and a lot of times you're going to be getting fouled, but you have to play through that and, you know, make them make a call by going into that and accepting the contact.
You guys have already played 3 conference home games, 2-1. Obviously, you know, you always say you want to win every conference home game. You know, right now that's not the case. Are there any kind of lessons learned or things that you can take from that first trio of home games that you played earlier this month that you want to take into Friday and Saturday?
I think one big thing for us is we've lost a couple games basically by coming out flat in the second half. Anytime we come out and match bucket for bucket with teams, or even go on a starting run, it kind of gets our team energized on offense and defense, and kind of carries that confidence over on both sides of the court. So if we can come out and just go at a team right off the bat from the half, have a good warm-up, which carries over into the second half, that's always the best way to get the second part of the game started.
Last one for you, Kenny. You know, it's tough. You guys come right back, and there's home games January 2nd and 3rd. People are probably on vacation. You know, there's not just a ton of people around. Now that, you know, classes are going to get started, hopefully, you know, people are coming back to town. You know, get a little excitement for these games going on campus and in the area. Make your plea to the fans why they should come support you. I mean, I know you guys thrived in 2012-13 and then 13-14 with some nice crowds on a consistent basis.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite parts of playing basketball. It's just, you know, when the fans get into it and actually having them get you pumped up and motivated. I love hearing about the games. If somebody comes up and says, you know, you got a big game today, I mean, it just gets me ready, because I know that there's people watching. I know people care and are rooting for us out there. So it's tough in those early few home games when you don't have the big fan sections, but that's when we generate our own energy, and that was important early. But if we have that extra push, that's why home court advantage. In the past, I know we've had a few good seasons back to back at home. That's a big reason why, because the fans have been so into it.
Yeah, and we hope to see you guys all there Friday night at 8 for the guys, Saturday at 5 for the guys. In both cases preceded by the women by a couple of hours. So we hope get out here, get to Canavan, make some noise, and help these guys get to 4-2 in the conference before they worry about 5-2. But hopefully these guys can get a couple wins. Guys, thanks for the time. Best of luck this weekend. StevensDucks.com for the latest on Stevens men's basketball.